Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. We have a brand new 4.0.1 PTU patch, and there are some very interesting updates. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members, in particular to my latest channel members, Philip Fry, Joao, Johnny Tron, Zach, and Reznov. Thank you all so much for the support. It is truly appreciated. So firstly, before we get to the 4.0.1 PTU patch, the Star Citizen 4.0 preview build has had a new client-side hotfix that is targeted to fix the top 5 crashes, and that began rolling out yesterday. Now, I'm not currently playing 4.0 preview, I'm checking out the PTU more than anything, so I can't say how these fixes have gone, but it was mentioned by Cloud Imperium recently that 4.0 preview will not see any new full builds, only hotfixes, as their focus is on 4.0.1. So for those playing 4.0 preview, I hope this hotfix has helped resolve the client-side crashes, but I think there's still quite a few other issues with 4.0 preview that for many it might still be unplayable. Anyway, also this week, mentioned in This Week in Star Citizen, we will see the latest monthly reports for the Persistent Universe return, and in regards to Squadron 42, it doesn't mention a Squadron-specific monthly report, but instead states that they will be publishing the revamped Squadron 42 newsletter, which will also include a newsletter-exclusive contest where we can find ourselves taking home a physical piece of Squadron 42 history. Now, I have no idea what this means, but I'm very excited to find out. The Persistent Universe monthly report will drop today, being Wednesday, and the Squadron 42 newsletter will be on Thursday. And with Squadron releasing next year, we will likely see quite a lot of publicity about Squadron 42, and maybe even the return of that briefing room series that they started but held off, which they did say they would start again when they are about a year away from release. So we could see that, it could be something different, but I'm sure we'll get a lot of information in this newsletter. Also, for those interested, the TOBII Eye Tracker 5 is back on sale at 15% off, and using the link in the description will take you to that deal, but also provide my channel with a direct kickback. So thank you so much for those of you who choose to use it, as it does really help the channel out. Now, last night we saw a new 4.0.1 patch drop to the PTU. This is the first patch since last week, being Friday, so happy to see Cloud Imperium releasing a new build the very first day they get back to work. This new patch has some good, much needed fixes, and some very interesting optimizations as well. Now, it mentions that the handyman missions have been temporarily removed and will return in the future. A bit of a shame there, but it does look like these are causing a bit of a headache for Cloud Imperium. And although I'm not sure why they were removed officially, I do suspect it's a number of things, like issues with the Frontier Outpost interiors not spawning in, the B-Win issues manifesting as huge delays could be another reason as well. So hopefully they can bring them back in as soon as possible, because I really look forward to doing them, but considering I have not completed a single one yet, removing them seems like a good idea until I can get them to a point where they're a lot more solid. Now, testing focus for this build is the usual, with stability, performance and bug fix testing, as well as the Save Stanton Chapter 2 event in Pyro, which has received some new fixes, including the mission objective location narrative for Phase 7, giving random locations and not the actual location. Plus, for Phase 6, the CFP cargo hauling missions can now be completed by retrieving the cargo and then pressing submit. Now, for features and gameplay for the location updates, they have performed another outpost polish pass for Pyro's outposts to update various floating loot boxes and assets. For gameplay updates, both ArcCorp and Blackjack faction space bounties now have intro missions, and they have slightly reduced rewards for several bounty missions too. For ships and vehicles, they have greatly increased the Mirai Guardian QI dampener health by 22 times, as well as refining the Drake Herald ship proxy to allow players to replace missiles correctly after removing them with the tractor beam. And then for core tech, we have more physics network sync optimizations, RMQ hybrid service network optimizations, and they have added software cursor CVAR support to help players on remote desktops. Now, really happy to see these further optimizations for both the physics and the RMQ. Hopefully this will have a really good impact on the PTU so that we can see a bit of a difference there. But there were also 19 bug fixes with this build, 3 of which are actually labelled as potential fixes, including elevators being present but their button panels not working, the advanced HUD disappearing, which is a good fix, and AI in underground facilities occasionally becoming stuck in the spawn closets, which prevent players from completing the missions. So some great potential fixes there. Hopefully they are fixed, full stop. Other fixes include some freight elevators missing in the first hall system mission, the inability to equip components from contested zones, accessing an ASOP terminal or freight manager terminal with a weapon or gadget in hand was kicking the user from the interface. That should be fixed now. Also, players falling through the ground in pyro when dropping or walking on boxes in an outpost vent or crawl space, those should be fixed. Hopefully they can keep fixing any of these players falling through the ground bugs. I know a friend of mine fell through the ground on a recent stream. We need that to become non-existent as soon as possible. The Atlas platform teleporting players around whenever they enter it, that's been fixed. I know that was a big one where, as you tried to get into it, some sort of physics issue, I presume, was just pushing you around all over the place. Funny to witness, but a nightmare to use. The defend ship mission markers were not displaying properly. Jump point distortion build-up was not being displayed on the MFDs. Players clipping and getting stuck in various parts of the Corsair turret compartments should be fixed, and players getting stuck by jumping on top of the medical Pisces medbed, plus many more. So some great fixes there. Very happy to see those rolling out. Hopefully they are actually fixed, all of them, especially the falling through the ground, the elevators, terminals and whatnot. I hope they're very effective. There was also 11 client crashes fixed, 8 server crashes fixed, a server deadlock fixed, and a hybrid service crash fixed too. Now, for this current build, there are 19 known issues highlighted, including a hangar issue in which players lose control of their characters, box locations not being marked for courier missions, warehouse orders for hauling missions still not counting as collected or delivered, and many issues from before. So still quite a little way to go there, especially for hauling missions. I do hope that they can get those resolved as quickly as possible so that we can all get on with proper hauling missions again. But seeing many of these fixes coming in, I am hoping that 4.0.1 this week will get much more refined, much more fixed, and get it sorted for its live release. Now, personally, I'm still quite hopeful that we will see a live release very soon, as I suspect we will be seeing a new patch every day throughout this week, and maybe by Friday we can see it go live, or potentially a live release candidate for testing over the weekend with a plan to release it next week. Now, I think they would want to fix the various hauling missions first, especially as they do impact Save Stanton Phase 2, and let us hope that a patch throughout this week can sort them out as well. But either way, I will be jumping in on stream today, playing some more 4.0.1 PTU. I will be playing this patch specifically, as I have yet to try it. I will likely just be flying around in Pyro in my Vulture, munching up ships. You are all more than welcome to jump in and join in, either providing security or salvaging as well. The more, the merrier. You can either watch me here on YouTube or over at twitch.tv/SuperMacBrother. The link is in the description below. If you do appreciate my videos, please do consider subscribing. We are fast approaching 70,000, so it would be wonderful to reach that mark. And a big thank you to all of you who have subscribed so far. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind, it does the channel a big favour. Tick that notification bell if you'd like to be notified when my videos go live. A huge thank you to my patrons and channel members. Cannot do this without you guys, so thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.